Does anyone need to check their phone? How many minutes does it take before the anxiety to check your phone overwhelms you? We check our phone 150 times a day. But strangely, our phones have become far more dependent on us than we are on them, and not just for a recharge. Here's what's happening. We're participating in the greatest socioeconomic experiment in human history. It's called surveillance capitalism. This is the elephant in every room of our lives. Surveillance capitalism is the modern-day business model in which everything we do, morning, day, and night, is tracked, analyzed, and monetized. Google knows when you're pregnant. Facebook knows when you're on your period, and Fitbit knows when you're having sex. Our personal information is packaged into data sets, shared and sold in a hidden ecosystem of massive data companies. Our data is then used to target and manipulate us by advertisers, social media companies, and politicians. Our independent thoughts and true privacy are becoming relics of the past. How the heck did we get here? About a decade ago, Google and Facebook discovered that they could reap more profits by spying on us rather than by serving us. And other companies quickly followed suit, spreading the surveillance business model around the world. Today, these entities know more about us than our own mothers do. They know everywhere we go. They know every friend. They know every family member. They know every search, every website, every health issue, every financial transaction, and they even know every fantasy and every fear that we research. All these private moments are broadcast into the global data ecosystem. So, somebody out there is collecting all of your private information. Is that such a bad thing? Yes, it is. If you want a hint as to where surveillance capitalism is headed, let's take a look at what's going on right now in China. China's social credit system tracks its citizens and imposes punishments for what it deems to be undesirable behaviors, like jaywalking, playing too many video games, and frivolous spending. Penalties include blocking citizens from getting good jobs and preventing their kids from attending top schools. And Chinese citizens have even been thrown in jail for making jokes about the authorities in private social media chat groups. In the rest of the world, companies like Facebook employ psychologists and data scientists to analyze and covertly manipulate our emotions and our purchase decisions. They keep us addicted to our phones because the more time we spend on their platforms, the more data they can extract from us and the more they can target us. With their deep knowledge of our psyches and emotions, the social media giants even deliberately serve us polarizing content that outrages us. Why? Because that drives higher engagement. This high-tech brainwashing is like something straight out of Black Mirror. Facebook claims to be a champion of free expression. But rather than freedom of speech, what Facebook really supports is freedom of reach. For any advertiser, political operative, or any other entity that wishes to pay Facebook to reach and manipulate a target audience, Facebook is more than happy to take their money and give them the tools. Cambridge Analytica's CEO bragged that he has data points and psychological profiles on all 220 million American adults. Now listen, that means you and you and you and me, all of us. And Vladimir Putin has all of it. And it's available for anyone to purchase today on the dark web. Listen, we have intimate relationships with our devices, and so do our kids. Yet despite all her charm, Alexa is not really your friend. Your Amazon Echo, your Google Nest, your Ring doorbell, your Microsoft Xbox, your Samsung Smart TV, your Android phone, these devices are recording and transmitting everything you say and do. You know, you're talking about something you need or a friend you haven't seen in a while. And presto, an advertisement or a contact suggestion shows up in your newsfeed. This has gotten too creepy. Is there legislation that can help? Well, we have to be careful. Even well-intentioned privacy legislation like Europe's GDPR institutionalizes this business model with toothless privacy protections because surveillance capitalists have armies of lobbyists. Privacy, free expression, and democracy are at stake. The world as we know it is at stake. Recently, Facebook announced that it had acquired a startup designing brain-to-computer interfaces. Why? So that Facebook can read our minds without us having to speak or type a word. What could go wrong? Crazy, right? It's time to fight back. The surveillance capitalists have expertly kept their actions hidden in the shadows of our pockets. The first step is to shine a light on the problem and see the truth. But what's it going to take for us to act? Another Cambridge Analytica? Another election interference? The government throwing you in jail for posting a joke on social media? No. This is no longer an experiment. This is cancer on society. So we have to ask, what's the cure? We must demand the freedom to be our authentic selves without being spied on, targeted, or manipulated. Our private lives belong to us. Our data is not for sale. Our emotions are not for sale. Our relationships, our political preferences, our religious beliefs, our sexual orientations, our personal finances, our health issues, our free expression. We are not for sale. Privacy is a fundamental human right, and this is not negotiable. Divorce Facebook, unplug Alexa, and delete Google. This is our time. Let's support companies that respect and protect our privacy. Let's start the privacy revolution and reclaim what rightfully belongs to us.